diluting womanhood to me means women that are doing things to take away from the essence and brilliance of what being a woman really stands for today. So, you know, if you're being a slut, so to speak, I don't think I've used the word slut in like...
Cher, what's a slut?
If you're getting chose all the time,
yeah,
you a hoe.
Oh, really?
For
I
show.
think you're just reinforcing the patriarchy.
No, I'm not.
Ooh.
I'm not. But if you're out there doing the choosing, which is a very different, I think, in our society, women aren't out there necessarily doing the choosing. They're getting chose.
You mean like if a woman goes out to a nightclub, sees a dude she wants, and says, "I want that."
Exactly.
And she grabs him up, takes him into a coat closet,
like cougar-esque.
Popping.
If she does that, then she's choosing. She has the power.
But if a man sees a woman and says, "I want that,"
and she's like, "Okay."
But what if she wanted him too?
Well, then it's mutual. Then they're just happy. But I don't think then the dynamic exists just because you are sexually liberated, you're a slut. I mean, that's not what I'm saying.
See, I'm a feminist, and
I'm a lesbian.
But I have I have interesting feelings about this sort of stuff because I believe a woman has the right to express herself sexually in whatever manner that means for her.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that women who dress provocatively and act, you know, hoishly shouldn't be surprised when
acting hoishly though look like.
When dudes holler, okay,
moth to a flame. If I got a bottle and that flame is coming out in the club, and you just a moth,
and she just runs over
she
and
just flickers over.
Now her hand's on my chest. I don't know you.
Oh, so meaning you're popping bottles and she comes running.
Or I'm in Florida and I pull up in that rental. You know, that clean though. You know what I'm talking about?
Take her back to the Airbnb.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, this car is nice though," and then she just finds her way to my lap. I think that's hoish.
It is. But it could be fun though.
But it's only hoish because men or whoever have decided that is hoish. Like it's not actually hoish. And what I mean by that is like
it's powerless. I mean,
that terminology was created to subdue women. You know what I'm saying? To make women not have control over their sexuality so that men can like choose them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that's about. So even me saying that behavior is hoish is rooted in like misinformation, but I can't deny what society has created, like that trope of hoish.
Yeah, well, you know the whole thing, like if you know, it was some little anecdote where somebody was saying, okay, if a lock fits a bunch of keys, it's a bad lock, but if a key fits in a bunch of locks, it's a great key.
It's the same. It's like it's the male genitalia, right?
Yeah.
The key,
right?
And y'all got locks.
Yeah.
Don't be opening up the lock.
Right. How you open up a key ring?
Yeah.
It's a bad look, and I think that might have some, except for like, I've been watching stuff on animals lately. Except for in the hyena family, where they're ruled by the matriarch. In every other thing that has to do with mammals, I think it's something instinctive about the mammalian nature to have.
Now you're going to start justifying why you guys
why men need multiple partners.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's where the perception comes from. I think it's like in the
thing.
instinct. I think so. Don't you think so?
No.
You don't think so?
Well, I mean,
nice try though.
What do you mean nice try?
What do you mean?
What he's saying is that
why are you hating?
A woman's sexual organs are internal, so they're closer to her heart.
Oh yes, mine are so much closer right here.
Yeah. So our joints are just sticking out, like they're not even inside; they're out.
And therefore, when the wind blows,
they'll go with the wind.
Oh.
No, I'm totally I'm totally down with
like that one.
I'm down with the sexually liberated female. But I think that you're right when you say when the woman does the choosing. Now, if a woman is choosing all types of stuff all the time, it's a fine line that she walks between her balance and her self-respect, because she might think it's a sport.
Then I don't really think you're just choosing all the time. I mean, there is a fine line, right? Because if you value yourself as a person, value yourself as a woman, you're making good choices, or at least you're attempting to make good choices. So you're not choosing.
Are you attempting to make good choices? Because men don't even always try to make good ones.
No,
like a lot of times,
choices.
available ones, right?
Yeah.
Straight
No,
up,
no,
so it's
no.
different in that
Meaning,
respect.
like, if you are truly putting thought into all of this, like, if you're a person that puts thought into choosing a partner or choosing a sexual partner or whatever it is you're doing, I think you put some thought into that. You don't just go out there and be like, bam, whatever.
I mean,
Otherwise,
you
it
do
might
until
not be
you
a good
don't.
choice.
Like, you do until you don't. Like, if you're dating seriously and you're, making pro and con lists, or you're on the apps and trying to find this guy,
or if you're
that's
drunk,
like strategy. Or if you're drunk and you see a dude, you be like, oh, okay, he's standing. Okay.
He's alive.
His shirt is relatively clean, and then you might go for that. And I think it's difficult.
But this is where I think
For-
the dilution of womanhood comes in, when that whole scenario becomes the forefront of everything that is this woman's profile.
What, the drunk party?
Like, if she's gonna take dick or not. Like, I mean, I think, like, when it gets
Okay.
like, when that becomes her life, and like how she's gonna attract it or how she's gonna fend it off. Like, when that's all that she is bringing is that like set of decisions. I think that's when womanhood is diluted by women.
I think you touched on something interesting right there, because that's like what Instagram is really,
Definitely.
And it's become the norm for, at least what I've noticed is, like, there's so many women, like, it's like a whole generation of women who their self-worth is based on whether they're a bad bitch or not.
Totally. And you know
well,
what?
that's all they know, though. What else do they know beyond that? And what else? What's the generation
Then they must have
before
got it from their
them
mama.
and before them? Not necessarily. I mean, they're living in a certain generation of social media that their parents perhaps did not live in.
Well, you
Yeah,
know,
but they were in the airbrush portrait joint. Their parents were, at the
with the
go-go.
martini glass.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? Like, okay, one thing that gets me when they do the I woke up like this, no filter joints, right? Okay, if it is a good one, which it rarely is a good one,
Yeah.
y'all was like, damn, you need makeup. Like Tyra without makeup, I was like, ah,
Yeah.
but still, like, if it's, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You saw the
Yeah.
Tyra joint. Shout out to Tyra.
All right.
She should be
After
on the-
you just dogged
I mean,
her,
she
but
be on the
okay.
show sometimes.
Just get some lotion.
But,
Just step up your lotion game.
But when somebody says, I woke up like this, and it's a sexy picture, it makes however many followers they have want to wake up with them.
Yeah.
They're fishing. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of fishing, and it's distracting. Like, I can't even get through a whole day